Review of Mrs. Brown's Boys. Yes, indudablemente momento para que esta serie triste y desagradable desaparezca de nuestras pantallas. After 14 years of this iffy humor, it looks like the gloss has gone off Brendan O'Carroll's famous Finglas mammy. Brendan O'Carroll recently confessed he didn't know the secret of the popularity of his chortling blockbuster, Mrs. Brown's Boys, RTÉ One, Friday. He isn't the only one. Since first starring on RTÉ and the BBC in 2011, the lowbrow sitcom has soared ever higher. The iffier the humor, the healthier the ratings, and the more vitriolic the reviews. Some 14 years in, though, might the gloss have gone off his famous Finglas mammy? Viewing figures are down, and people who previously enjoyed hating the show appear largely indifferent to its return. Nor does O'Carroll himself seem all that engaged during a dreary and unfunny opening episode in which Agnes discovers the joys of podcasting while working through a row with daughter Cathy, O'Carroll's off-screen wife Jennifer Gibney. The biggest disappointment is how slick the whole thing is. There aren't any of the fluff lines that in the past gave Mrs. Brown a seat-of-the-pants charm, while O'Carroll breaks the fourth wall just once, riffing when a character says that something is pointless. "It could be worse, I could be the chase," he says, a reference to two popular quiz shows, Pointless and The Chase, which raises a guffaw or two before the scene is rest-staged. Agnes and Cathy have a falling out after Cathy takes up with the fancy pants podcaster, Roger, who says he wants to improve her diction, a hilarious word which O'Carroll mines for several gags. Somewhat inevitably, Roger is played by Simon Delaney, the Dublin character actor who has graced every TV show ever set in Ireland, including this one. He portrayed a different character in the 2014 film Mrs. Brown's Boys movie. Delaney is a good actor, which means that his performance has a jarring quality when set against the pantomime elbow nudges that are Mrs. Brown's stock in trade. You can tell he's a top thespian because he stays in character as the dialogue plumbs the depths, such as when Agnes's pal Bertie, June Rogers, replies to Cathy's assertion that Roger wants to exploit the gap in the market by saying, "I've had a few Rogers exploit my gap in the market." Aside from jokes drop-kicked in from the mid-1970s, Mrs. Brown's Boys' most consistent quality is its sentimentality, which, as ever, is laid on with a rolling pin. The syrup is uncorked with a vengeance as Agnes uses the podcast to talk about how mothers and daughters don't always get along, and then discusses her love for Cathy. It is massively mawkish, one more sign that, after a decade plus of delighting fans and scandalizing the snobs, the time may have come for Mrs. Brown